Hi, it's Candy. Welcome to The Art of Planning. And it is so good to be back. It's been a while since I've done a YouTube video and I've missed you. I've missed YouTube, I've missed posting on Instagram, so it is good to be back. And today we are going to do a video on when it's okay, or maybe even when it's time to put down that planner, which is probably kind of unusual because the whole YouTube channel is about planning and planners and how to do it effectively. But have you ever thought that maybe it's time to just put it down for a minute, to walk away from your planner? You know, once again, I've got notes. I just have to confess, to be able to give you the kind of content and the points that I think are important and I don't want to miss, I'm a note taker. I'm a note giver because there are some strategic things I just don't want to miss. And absolutely, I could sit here and talk and talk and talk, but I don't want to miss the points that I think are important to you. And I'm not going to sit here and talk and talk and talk because I want the content to be valuable to you. If you're sitting there watching this, then I want you to get something out of it. And I don't want to just sit and talk aimlessly. So there are points. I want you to get them. I think they're important. So that's why I take notes to share with you. So if you're watching this, then that probably means you are a planner person, that you love your planner, that you have fun with your planner. Some of you, like me, probably live closely by your planner. It's important to you. It's an important part of your day. It's an important part of your week, maybe an important part of your life. We've gotten to, especially those of us that are planner people, we've gotten to where our planners are very, very important to us. My planner keeps my day straight. It keeps appointments for me. It keeps appointments for me, for my husband, for my mom and dad. We have a grown daughter and her husband, and they have two gorgeous boys. So we have two gorgeous grandsons. We have a third that will be here in August. And it's ball season, so we have lots of other things that we keep appointments for too. So a planner is important, especially since that's my tool of choice. I mean, I'm a planner person. I don't know how I would do without it. My husband retired a couple months ago. He now lives and works by a planner. He used to in his job, but now that he is off and starting another business, he lives by one much more because that's kind of how we are doing it. That's how he's learning to do it. And he loves he even jokes about how I'm teaching him to use planner. So planner is a very important thing. It keeps me focused. It keeps my tasks at hand so that I know what to do. A reminder of what to do. It helps me also see what I have done. So I see what I have to do, but I also see what I have done. My planner is my office assistant, really. There was a time when I had an office assistant. I had a planner, she had a planner, but right now my planner is my office assistant. So it's a really important part of my life. In one of the Facebook groups that I'm on, I was reading a post yesterday, and it was a person that was asking for opinions about different inserts. I call them, I need to call them something else. I call them the guts of the system. But she was asking for recommendations about different kinds of system because there was her and her husband, 4 school-aged children that had lots and lots and lots of activities that she had to keep track of. So she was wanting a very detailed type of system of inserts that she could do day at a glance, week at a glance, a year at a glance, filled out type deal. Anyway, that's what she was wanting. So while I don't need that type of system, I have me, I have my husband, I have a mom and dad that have lots of doctor appointments. I've got, like I told you, the extended family. So all of us are busy. Would you agree? All of us are way, way busy. So we all have different needs. If we have become accustomed to a planner, it's hard to live without one, right? So I'll tell you just a little bitty story that just happened, and I will keep it very short, but there is such a point to this, okay? Very recently, my mom was in the hospital, like very recently. She was in the hospital 3 times within the week. 2 really short times, and then the 3rd time for several other days. And I found myself just in and out, here and there, back and forth. So nothing on the pages of my planners, and planners, I'll use that plurally, was going to work like I had it planned, like I thought it was going to, like I had it scheduled, right? There were tons of tasks on my planners. There was just no time to get it done because I was either at the hospital or we were going to doctors after or before the next hospital visit. So, and here's what I want to make clear as I tell this little story. I am not sharing this for any kind of sympathy, okay? I'm sharing it because it was even a lesson for me. It was a first time lesson for me, and I figured that a lot of you might want to hear this also. If it was a first time lesson for me at this age, then many of you can benefit from this lesson a whole lot earlier than I did, and it'll be something that I think that a lot of you will want to hear. You probably know it, but maybe you haven't really opened up your mind to it. So, okay, and here's the other thing. I was not in the frame of mind to schlep my planners back and forth to the hospital, okay? I was not in the frame of mind. There was just too much other stuff going on. I was pretty exhausted mentally. I was pretty exhausted physically. I didn't have a time frame even if I would have decided to take this and do some work in it and to put some things in my task list and all that. I didn't have a time frame when I knew I was going to be able to start accomplishing some things again, when I was going to be back in the office again, when I could put my tasks in place once again. I didn't know when I could do that. So it would have been just a matter of moving things forward, but not in the time frame that I knew I could achieve because I didn't know when I was going to be able to do that. And as far as working in my pretty planner, you know what? I just didn't have the energy for that either because I don't travel lightly. I take tons of stuff. When I get my stickers out, I get tons of stickers out. I get tons of washi out. I get too much stuff out. I didn't have the energy to take all that stuff to the hospital. There wasn't enough room to work. I know some of y'all take that, and I've seen your cute little bags and they are packed so neat, and I envy you. I don't work like that. I spread out everywhere. I could not do a weekly plan waiting in an airport like a lot of you guys do. Again, I envy you. I can't do that. I know I can't do that. So I couldn't accomplish that in the hospital either. So I just knew that I couldn't do that. I was not in the headspace. I was not in the physical space. I didn't think. I just couldn't. So here's what I did. I put my planners down. I didn't live by a planner for many days. I closed them up. I didn't look at them. I didn't take them with me. I literally walked away from my planners. And that was a little weird. And you know what? I felt a little guilty about it for a day or maybe 2 days. I didn't open them up. I didn't walk downstairs to my office. I didn't take them upstairs with me. where I am a lot of times. I didn't do it. I couldn't do it because to have even tried to even think about it was counterproductive. It was just another thing that was weighing down on me. I had to, at that point, empty. I had to declutter. There we go. And normally, my planner is what helps me declutter. That's actually what puts me all back in line and in shape and makes me productive. Not at that point. And something clicked, and I knew that. And to have had to have worked in a planner at that point would have been counterproductive. It would have been more of a burden on me because of everything else that was going on. It was just going to add one more thing. I hope you understand this, because it sounds like it would have been a negative thing. And actually, at that point, it was just one more thing that I could not do. So all of you planner people, which are the people that watch this, I think you will get it. I hope you will get it. It would have been more stressful than it would have been helpful. It would not have accomplished a thing. If I thought it would have accomplished something positive, I would have done it. It would not have accomplished anything. And I explained why previously. I didn't know what time frame I would have been working with. I didn't know how long we were going to be at the hospital. I didn't know when I would get to be home and be productive again. I didn't know any of that. So there was no use in carrying a planner back and forth that I really couldn't work in. Does that make sense? I hope this all makes sense. I wasn't in a place emotionally to be able to spend time with a planner or in a planner. I wasn't in a place physically, pretty darn exhausted. I could not think about having to do anything past what I was doing, literally. And again, not sharing that for any kind of sympathy. I just, you know what? I think there's a time when all of us have to go, okay, this is where I am. This is what I'm dealing with. This is how I deal with it. So that's where I was, and that was why I said, I got to put it down. And I'm sharing that honestly. And when I made that decision to put my planner down, it was a relief to me. It was a total relief. I wanted to be doing stickers, and I wanted to be doing a layout of the week, and I wanted to be doing a YouTube video of my cute little layout of the week in my cute little planner that I do that in, but I just couldn't. It was a burden to think of that. It was overload to think of that. Even though I wanted to and I needed to and I love to do that, it was a burden to think about that, where I was with what was going on. Okay? It was an on-purpose decision that I made to not do that took a weight off my shoulder. So, there is a time when, as much as we love our planners and as much as we live by them and as much as they were helpful to us, there's a time when it's okay to put your planner down and to walk away from your planner. And that's what I want to share with you today, and that's what I want you to know. And while they are incredible, wonderful tools that help us, if there's ever a time when they are not that, then it's okay, put it down. It's okay to walk away from it, and it's okay to give yourself a break from it, okay? So I hope that any or all of you that are listening totally understand what I mean, because I do see where it could come across exactly opposite of what I really am hoping to convey, okay? So your planner and your planning should never be counterproductive. It should never be a burden. It should never, ever be stressful. So while there might be a constant learning curve always to the art of planning for all of us, planning should always serve you. It should always serve you. It should always be a personal positive thing. It should allow you always to be much more on purpose and much more powerful in all that you do day to day, week to week, for yourself and for your family and again for all that you do. So I certainly hope that this came across like it was supposed to, in the most positive way. It's probably a message. It's probably a message that maybe you haven't heard before. And like I said, it was a learning lesson for me also, because I do love and live by my planners so very much. As a matter of fact, I got a couple of other systems that I'm going to be trying and working on to see how they work into my planner world. And with that being said, the next video that I put up is going to be how to put the plan back in your planner, because you can probably all tell that I don't really have a plan going right now. I'm just kind of getting back into things, which is fine. We can, that's the great thing about it. We can jump back in whenever we want to or whenever we can, can't we? So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Oh, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and also hit that little subscribe button down there and share with any and all of your friends if you think they would like it too. I appreciate you. Thanks, and I'll see you soon. Bye.